Welcome, Dave Usher here. I'm going to do another tutorial on a scene. It's going to be an ocean scene, but I'm going to go ahead and start with the sky first, kind of lighten it up. And first, I'm going to get a little water on there at this time. So I'm going to go ahead and spray a little water and get it ready for the three colors I'm going to be using right now is a darker blue, a lighter blue, and some white. I'm going to use that little brush I always use here. You can see that it's kind of rounded. It's called a round brush, I guess, or I call it a push brush. But here we go. We're going to go ahead and start with the sky and make sure you get the sides pretty good, and just let that brush work pretty good, and you can kind of spread it around a little bit and get a little darker in here, and come down to where you're going to meet your water, and make them clouds kind of bust forth. I hope you subscribe to the channel and follow me as I do these, and maybe we both will learn something new. And an artist always learns something new. So I'm going to bring that down to where I'm going to bring my shoreline and kind of get a little bit more white in here and get them clouds working. When you do these kind of tutorials, it will remove a lot of that stress out of your life. We all go through things, but when you start creating from your mind and things that you have seen, the clouds that you have seen in your mind or somewhere, and I'm going to bring it on down here. I'll put a piece of tape across there. That's where I'm going to stop with my sky, and make sure you get that side, because if you don't get it now, you have to come back and figure out what colors you use, and probably your paint that you had spread out right like this will all be dried up, and then you got to figure out what I did wrong. So let's go ahead and get some more. And here I'm going to give it a little bit more water here, and get that sky looking good. It doesn't take long to figure out how to do your sky, because when you use these brushes, whether it be a flat brush, angle brush, or whatever pleases you and whatever works for you, you learn how to and how not to do something. So there we go. We're going to go ahead and kind of brush it out a little bit. Let them clouds move across a little darker blue down here. Make it go across the sky. And don't put too much water on there, because you'll have it really bleeding down and everything. So, and then just get some white and kind of come down here, and that's where I'm going to let that dry here in a second. Use a little bit of spray. So far it looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead, bring it down here like this, And, all right. And let's see. Do we want to put a little bit of orange down there for your sunset, or just leave it like it is? Well, we'll look and see. We'll watch as we go along here and kind of light it up, and then do some cloud formation here, and a little bit of white, and come down here like this. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is put that brush over here and just let it rest for a few minutes, and I'm going to go ahead and dry it off a little bit. Now what I'm going to do is take one of my newer brushes, and I'm going to just kind of brush it out a little bit here. That's a flat brush. That's a brand new one. I just picked it up the other day, so I wanted to see how it would work on this. So I'm just going to bring it down like this and get a little bit more of this here, and brush it around a little bit. Make sure you try not to get brush marks and stuff that will show up on your canvas. It's an 11 by 14 canvas, and let me go back here and get a little bit of that white and use that brush again, because I want those clouds to stand out, and when I come down here like so. Now my canvas is drying. I don't know if it's because of the air conditioner drying it real good, or just naturally. Well, it's natural. Acrylic dries pretty quick. If I was using oil, to redo, or it takes a long time for that to dry. So if I can get the same kind of course, the oil is so nice. It makes a beautiful picture. But you know, acrylic, if you use the colors right, will make it look good, just as good. I'm going to pull this off again. Now you see where the line is coming down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same brush. I'm going to use a little of that darker blue, and I'm going to come over here like so. And now I'll show you how I'm going to do that straight line again. It's the water's kind of. I'm going to bring it down here. I'm going to get a little blue. And I'm going to get a little white. Kind of making waves. And here we go. Now, when you come across like this, I could have used the angle brush, but when older you get, the harder it is to hold that brush straight. without a guide. I have a stick that I use once in a while to help guide my hand. But this is what we want right now. And I might come back and I'm going to touch that up just a little bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this brush down in the water, and my other brush I'm going to just go ahead and use a little of that and just come in here like this and let that just settle in there. And a little darker probably. Just let that settle in. I'm going to put that brush away. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this away right now. Put it up. And I'm going to go ahead and get another color. And let me go ahead and stop this for well, I'll go ahead and keep it going. I'm going to go ahead and get my brown. This is that burnt brown that I usually use. Now I'm going to put that down here, and I don't have to have too much. Usually I'm going to do some rocks, and I'm going to get this is called nutmeg brown. Well, yeah, I guess so. And I'm going to put some of that lighter brown, and then I'm going to go ahead and get me another brush that I use for rocks and things of that nature. I'm going to start with this brush right here. And I'll go ahead, and I'm going to start with some of my rocks. And it's not going to be as dark as most of my. This is going to be a lighter mountain kind of rocks and coming down. And I'm going to come over here like this. Just come on down. And make sure you get your sides. I got enough water on there this time, but come on down. It's more shadowy in this area, and I'm gonna come on down, bring it down. Let's look at your how it's falling. And you'll get the hang of it after a while. And I'm going to bring it around the shoreline. It don't take long to really do this. After a while, you'll be able to do it all. Really simple. Come on down here. Make your rocks just a little darker brown. And come around like this. Come on down, let it get all that excess paint off of there, because it'll bubble up and it don't look so good. Bring it around all the way down. So. Bring it around the side. That's where you're. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of that white, and I'm going to mix in just a little bit of this white. That's a solid white there, and I'll put that back. And what I'm going to do is I mix it in. I'll kind of lighten it up over here. And I'm going to come over here. This is your shoreline. comes around like so. And remember what I said about making it darker, because that's your wet area where your ocean will come up. And that's bring it on over. You can bring it on over just like so. And now, I'm going to get a little bit of black. And you say, Mr. Usher, you just can't get away from the black. And there's the black here. I'm going to put a little black here. There we go. A little bit of black. Now, I'll come around here. And I'm going to come in with my little darker black. And let's dry it off just a little bit. I usually stop the camera and go ahead and do that, but we'll continue on here. I want you to see exactly what I'm doing here. Just make sure you get all that. And some dark places you can put up there. Kind of darken it up. And darken it up. Darken it up a little bit. And get a little white and blend in there with it. Now it's come together. Just bring it on down. And you come around and maybe make a... Now, it may seem shiny there on the video, but after it dries, you'll see all that shininess will disappear. Now, let's bring it over and put some blacker rocks down in here. And then go ahead with your little bit of white and kind of lighten it up in places, just like so. Now what we want to do is I'm going to put that brush away for right now, and I'm going to go ahead and get me another. Let's see, I can use this one and put my black back here. I'll try to keep all your stuff organized, and and what I'm going to do is get some white again, and I'm going to put some more right like this. And then I'm going to get some darker blue again. Yeah, right here. This is called cobalt blue. See, cobalt blue. All right, put that here. Now let's see what we're gonna do. It looks pretty good so far. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and work on this a little bit more. I'm going to get me a angle brush, this one right here, Make sure it's limber enough. And I'm going to come across like this. Now watch those waves start kicking up. All right, there we go. See how that angle brush is making the waves? Just kind of dab it. Here it comes. Here comes those waves. Take your angle brush, come over, bring it in. Make sure you get the size. And let's come in again. And we're gonna bring it down. All right. Now it's coming into. Now let's dry it off just a little bit. Now, come in here a little bit. I'm going to work on those rocks and stuff a little bit in just a minute. And here comes them waves up on the shore. Kind of jog it and make it look natural. It's coming up there, see it? And that wet area, I'm going back over here. Yeah, bring it in. All right, come on over here. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and come over here and make sure it goes all the way over. All right, what I'm going to do is put this angle brush away. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get my other brush that I use for waves and stuff, if I can find it right off. And this one and this one. Okay, remember I told you I cut down that a little bit. I'm going to bring that. This is that brush that I use to make. I'll come down here. Just kind of spill that water over on the dark. And that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to use my fan brush here. And I'm going to kind of give it, make it look like it's really splashing up there. All right, now put this away right now. And then what I'm going to do is get back over here on my, since that's dried pretty much on the rocks, but I'm going to use this brush right here, flat brush, okay? How many minutes we got? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and come in here and get rid of all that and dry it up a little bit. go. More down like this. Gotta make it some jagged. A little bit of white in there. Kind of make it shadowy a little bit. And this is coming down in the area where it's kind of wet. And come around the side. All right. And let's get back up here and come on down with your all right. And put that right there. And I'm going to use this brush right here to finish this right here. And kind of rocky, some black rocks along the shoreline there. And come up here. And maybe lighten it up just a little bit here. And what you're trying to do is get it to look natural. A little bit of black. All right. All right, it's coming over there. All right. Now, what we're going to do is over here on the right, I'm going to take my finger and put it on the side of the canvas, and I'm going to come down like this. Start as tiny as you can. Get your finger up there. It helps you bounce. And may slip off a little bit. All right. And this is going to be a scene where you got some wood, some trees that fell down, and they're kind of rotten out. And bring it over like this. And that's an old rotten tree, kind of. And so, let's see. And I'm going to get a little smaller, thin brush here. And angle brush. And let's see what we can do with this. And we want to come up like this. Try to make it as natural as you can. And it's just a old rotten tree because of the weather and the water and the salt and so on. That's a little 1/2 inch angle brush. I just come over here like this. Come on down. And I'm going to come over here with my angle brush. I'm still working on it. All right. And what I'll do is probably finish this later on and put it on the internet on my website, and let you see it, and if you like to buy it, that's fine. I have a 40% discount right now on some of my pictures. And if you like to go in there and peruse through and see what you like, and see some of my work that I've done. Now, I'm going to go ahead back to my sky. Just set my paint over there like that. I'm going to go back over here to the sky, and I'm going to start with some of the little clouds that are walking by there. Now we're going to start shaping those clouds with kind of a dry brush. Bring it over and come over here and come on down, almost touching that water. And those kind of clouds up here. See, by making the background, you're setting it up with a little darker blue, and I'm going to give it a little bit more water, not much, just one squirt, that's all you need, and that'll make it flow a little better. Now, big clouds up here, and just kind of make it go across like this. All right, now you come across like this. And maybe up in this area just a little bit. Just make it, let it go, brush it out. Make them clouds move along in the sky, maybe up in the corner here a little bit. Make sure you get the top. Remember, you don't want to have to come back and all the time. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is come over here, just kind of darken it in. I'm using it, same little brush, across like this. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, it looks all right. But what I'm going to do is get a little bit more over here, background. Now, gotta brush it out. Careful not to hit that tree again. right, that's good enough there. Now, what I'm going to do is, I like to see just a little bit of yellow, maybe bushes coming up there, and see what we got here. Put that over there, and let's see. I'll get my yellow, and that's called candy yellow. So I'm gonna put that down in here, and I'm gonna get a little bit of my green I have here. This is called real green. Yes, real green. I'm gonna go ahead and put that there, and I'm gonna take my fan brush. I'm gonna go over this right here. This is gonna be our bushes, and I'm gonna kind of mix it in there a little bit. That's all right, you know, it'll work out. Get some of them bushes working in there. Right like this. And you come up here like this. And get a little of that darker green. Okay, hit it. Turn your brush around a little bit. That's some of the bushes that are, you can bring it out like this. Use that brush any which way you want to get the effect that you want. Get some more yellow here. See why I wasn't worried too much about those rocks and background up there. And because you get a little green over here, a little bit more green, making bushes come alive there. I always say that. To me, in my mind, it's coming alive. When you create something and it looks good and you like it, it's coming alive. Anyway, all right, we're just about finished. I'm not gonna do too much more of this on the trees and stuff, just to kind of lighten it up a little bit. You'll see these kind of plants down there near the beach, and they kind of rise up a little bit, and you'll see them all around, and they have orange flowers, and I'll probably learn what they mean. I mean, the names of every one of those bushes and leaves, flowers, and I'm gonna put maybe a little over here. Yeah, I know you're hiding some stuff there. Yeah, well, come over here and make sure you bring it on around. It'll come together. Remember, use that fan brush when you can. It makes it beautiful, beautiful flowers, and you can get it pretty much what you want. All right, now that's a lonely sky, a lonely sky. So I need to do something about that, right? I think so. So let's do something. I'm going to go ahead and find my other brushes, other pens here. And they're acrylic. Should have had them laying out there. And let me see. I'm going to go ahead and take this black. Be very careful with it. And this is acrylic. I think those birds are looking for some fish down there somewhere. There they are there. So, I think we're pretty much, and I'm going to dry it off. So there we go. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to go online. Go on and make a comment. Tell me what you think about it. About what I just did to this painting. And tell me how you feel about what I did. And we'll get back with you again with another one, hopefully next week. And that way we can keep going with our tutorials. And I'll lay that right over there like that. So let me pull it around here and talk to you just a second. And bring this old camera up here like this. Okay, well, it's been a pleasure to come visit you again. Sorry I haven't been back sooner, but things were moving around here and busy here and busy there. But when I started getting excited about what I might have in my mind to put on canvas, I go to it. So you come back and visit me. I would appreciate it. It's about 43 minutes on this tutorial. I hope I explain as much as I possibly could. And you come back and visit. Subscribe to the channel. I'm not going to bereave that, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it off now. And remember, let your hands and your mind and your heart do your art. Get some canvas. You can buy these canvases even at Walmart. You can get 6 or 7 for $12 or $13. Hey, you can sit down and start doing something and enjoy it and create. I create from my mind. Most of the time I don't look at anything. I just go ahead and let my brush do it and my mind and heart do it. So goodbye for now. Come back and see me again, and we'll be back again sometime.